Hey, it's Rex Brown. You're watching for Bass Players Only. Be sure and subscribe at
ForBassPlayersOnly.com.
See ya.
Hi everyone, John Liebman here. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com. Coming to you on location today from sunny Hollywood, California, with our good friend, Mr. Rex Brown. Yo, Rex.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
We did an interview in the summer of 2015 in the then brand new showroom of Warwick in Nashville, Tennessee. That was a great interview. Still up there for BassPlayersOnly.com, and the little search thing, put in Rex Brown, and that'll pop right up. But I want to talk about what's going on now, because I know you have some big news, some exciting news. Why don't you tell everyone what's going on?
Tell you what, man. I've been on that silver tube, as I call a bus, for about 24, 25 years straight. And I had to take a break. I was just burnt. And so I went to Summer NAMM and met you there. And I just signed with Hans and the Warwick guys. So basically, one of my good friends and songwriters is Lance Harville. He just is this guy that just comes up with incredible stuff. I call him my Bernie Taupin when I need, we'll throw riffs to each other, and so I started that a year ago, and in the process I've been back like 5 or 6 times, and so we just re-recorded the drums and re-recorded all the guitars. Most of the bass was already there that we had. I kept everything that was on the floor. A lot of it was the Warwicks, and there were another couple of basses that I used. In the studio, of course, you need different sounds for different tones, and the Warwicks, that's predominantly what I use, but the other 20% I needed for, like this fretless part that I wanted on this one, and they didn't have one there. So, man, this is like, it's just been this incredible journey of I'm singing on this thing, man. It's the songwriting. We have just got it to a T of what I want to do here in the next coming up. We'll see what happens. Going to go out in the summer with it in Europe.
What's the record called?
The record is called Rex Brown for right now, and just Rex Brown and the solo gang. Okay. I've got a better word for you, but I've got to get permission before I can say it on tape. But it's
you should hear what some of the other interviewees have said, but I digress. Go ahead.
But you digress. Why?
I digress back to you.
Digress back to you. After what? Who said what?
Somebody said some dirty words. More than one somebody.
I don't like being that guy. I can look. I didn't put a dirty word on my record, so I would I think
so. It's not a rap.
Records. It's you don't have to make your point across. All you have to do is,
You can say the same with comedians too.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they just don't want to talk that way all the time. So, anyway, back to bass playing. I use the Warwick and the Streamer predominantly, and we have a brand new Streamer that's coming out for winter now,
2017,
and it's just. It's like my white one, but it's black, and it has, but it has the same swirls, but it's like a bronze kind of a same head, the same neck. All of my stuff with Warwick have the same necks on them, with the my personal things with the inlays and all, and they all have the same dimensions that we keep with that. But this new one is like, the Streamer alder body. I love those, and the sound is just that's what I've always used. From my past experiences with this other company I was with forever. That I don't even want to talk about that. Warwick they're making me incredible stuff, and it's just I haven't felt so much freedom as an artist in a long time, and I funded this myself. People are going. We sent it to several labels, and we got a bidding war going on. So we'll see what happens with it. But at the same time, it's to me, it's just a personal journey. I just got back 10 days ago from the studio, and when I was leaving the studio, it just hit me. It was like this emotional thing, and I didn't want to, cry in front of the guys, but man, I held my head until I got to the airport. It was just that kind of emotion, and you know that you did the right thing and exactly what you wanted and got what you needed. I haven't felt that way in a long time about making a record, and especially with This Is Mine, So,
Who's on it?
I'm letting the wind blow. Like I said, Lance Harville, guitar player. Christopher Williams, that plays. He's a drummer for Accept over in like Europe,
Oh, sure.
and Christopher's just an amazing drummer, and I'm playing guitar, bass, and singing on this thing, and you're gonna dig it.
Yeah.
That's all there is
I
to it.
haven't heard it, and I already dig it.
Well, I'm just not, talking the talk. I can walk the walk with it because I haven't been, Look, every record I put out, I've got to put integrity to it, or I'm not going to put it out. With this, when you first step up to that mic and you have to sing and find out who that guy is, to do it, it was horrifying, but I found him. And now it just has been re-recording and going back over these songs and then coming back and just finalizing the whole thing.
Do you have a release date or a target release date?
Yeah, we're going to shoot for late spring. And then we're going to Europe festivals in June, July. Probably go hit Japan, Australia. And then we'll talk about the States later. States is in a terrible rut, man. And unless it's something that's going to, look, I played enough gigs in my life. I've already hit the pinnacle of what I wanted to do. But this is not what I wanted to do. The pinnacle of what we did, was still to this day is a huge, huge thing. And I'm very blessed and very grateful. At the same time, this is a brand new beginning for me, and it feels wonderful. Look, I'm wearing a white hat on this one. This is mine. There's nobody else to blame or anything else. I could fall straight on my ass, or it's not how you fall straight on your ass. It's how you pick you up gracefully. But I guarantee that ain't gonna happen. Just learn to get used to that voice and learn, to just deal with it, man. You did the best you could.
Be sure to keep us up to date on all the details, the title, the release date, the tour information, and we will tell all the people on ForBassPlayersOnly.com.
I've got a whole bunch of stuff coming, man, and it's going to be fast and furious, but we're also going to leak this thing a little bit at a time. So that's the way you have to do it here. You got to get these fans excited about something, and just giving them or streaming a track. We'll see, man. But right now, it's private to me, and as soon as we have somebody behind us in which I'm really, really close to, then we'll have the product out.
All right. Well, you've been so consumed with this project, and you just finished recording it, and now it's all coming together, and you're talking about the tour, so it's probably just about the only thing you've been able to think about. But if you could,
not that. I mean, I had to take some time off the road and watch my kids grow. I mean, look, I've done my time in fucking hell called the road. It was all about freedom from that. I built a home and renovated the whole thing from ground up. I'd never done before. And it's just, life is wonderful, and I'm just grateful for everything. I mean, my whole career has just been unbelievable,
Well, what I was getting at is, after the record comes out and after the touring and all that, how far can you see beyond that? Not as far as your personal life and your family, but as far as your career goes, what else would you like to do beyond that?
It's crazy, man. I got a call about an hour before I got here, and it was from David Allan Coe. Do you know who David Allan Coe is?
Who is he?
He's a country outlaw back in the 70s that made these insane records. And David's 77 years old, still out there doing it. And we had done a record together when Don was still alive, one of the last projects we did, kind of side project, with Vinny playing drums and me playing bass, and he brought this country element into it. And the record came out and it was on Vinny's label and didn't do anything. But what I'm trying to get at is that, I'll be playing music the rest of my life. This is just a little phase in my chapter of what I'm going to do. There's no master plan. There's no, like I was saying earlier with the panel, I'm looking for that 13th note. I hadn't found it yet. I'm still struggling with the 12th. I mean, the 11th.
Yeah.
Or which one is it?
Yeah.
I don't struggle with any of them. I don't even practice. I don't do anything. It just comes naturally to me. And it's finding that drummer and everything else goes from there. But, the songwriting on this thing, I have to give kudos to my buddy Lance Harville and because we've taken these songs and just taken them apart and made something really, really strong. And it's back to the 70s kind of vibe, but what I call is modern vintage. So it's still very new, and people are gonna go, "Who's that singing?" But I'm excited about it, and I haven't been that excited. I hadn't made a record like this in a long time.
Well, you've piqued my interest, and I'm quite sure you've piqued all of their interest too. So congratulations on getting it done, and good luck. And like I said, keep us posted on the details, and we'll be sure to share that information. Rex Brown, it is always a pleasure seeing you and hanging out with you. No matter if we're in Nashville or Germany or sunny Hollywood, California, where we are today.
Burning up Hollywood.
Burning up.
Yeah.
Hey, well, it's not to complain when you come from Detroit and it snows 11 months out of the year. Anyway, I digress. But again, with our buddy Rex Brown, I am John Liebman. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.
Wahoo!